So we just made it back to Shenandoah National Park. This is where we ended our road trip last summer, but unfortunately we lost a lot of the footage from that trip. So we're back here for camping season 2021, and this is actually our third camping trip of the season, but we didn't record on our last two trips. We were with family and that kind of thing, so we just kind of wanted to enjoy everything. But we are in Big Meadows Campground in the national park. We're also waiting on our friends to get here. Our friends, the Riveting Road, are meeting us here. We actually met them on our last summer. We met them on our trip to Tennessee, where we stopped in Tennessee at the Smoky Mountains, and we had a blast with them. And we took a camping trip with them last fall to Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. So we're really excited to see them. It's been a while, and the kids are excited to play. So they should be getting here soon. We have something fun planned tomorrow, so we'll take you guys along with us for that, and whatever we decide to get into. Stay tuned.
What are we doing today, parents?
Just making sure that one can make it through the day.
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think the others are good.
Yeah.
What else are we doing?
What to do if you get lost?
What to do if you get lost? Okay, what else?
What plants you can eat? Are you asking what we want to know?
I'm asking what do you want to know, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, because this is as much for y'all as it is for these guys.
When it hits the fan, we want to make it.
When it hits the fan, you want to make
That's
it.
right.
Well, what we're going to do today, I think, is we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Now, my background, I've been doing this forever. I grew up in a place called Rappahannock County, Virginia. And I came up in the mountains all the time, hiking and canoeing and skiing and all kinds of stuff like that. And then I went to college down in Lynchburg, Virginia, and then I went in the Navy. And in the Navy, have you ever heard of SEALs and SWICs, high-speed boat guys? And that's what I did for 20 years in the Navy, and I wound up teaching them all survival and all kinds of stuff like that when I was at the end. So we're going to learn a lot of cool stuff. What we're going to do basically today is we're going to talk about some stuff, and then we're going to go for a walk. We're going to look at plants to eat, some of the plants. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to talk to parents about plants to eat, but I don't want the kids to, okay, because there's a lot of things that are lookalikes, and I want to make sure that you guys understand we don't want to eat them, too, unless you know exactly what they are. Okay?
It's a real concern.
It is a concern, but also make sure there's no, if you're getting plants on your own, make sure there's no poisons or sprays or anything like that on them, okay? Because that's just kind of gross, and it'll make you really sick. Okay, go ahead and open the bag, sit down on the bench, and just pull the bag up over your legs.
Sit on the bench.
You can pick it up.
Open the bag.
Scoot down low. Let's probably get on him.
Pretty much, some of you guys can almost in it. You want it? It should get
Get in there, man. Get up to here, to your neck. To keep your body from going.
That's it. Just sit like that.
Turn around. Turn around.
Are you warm? No,
Now
it's super hot in here.
There you go. Now sit down.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit in here all day.
It is a blanket like that, shiny side in, this side out. It's actual metal, so it's like on the Chesapeake Bay, you can use this for a radar reflector if the Coast Guard's looking for you. It has grommets in it, so you can turn this into a tent. You can tie it up into a tree, turn it into a tent. You can make a sail out of it. And I'm going to take that off and wrap up in this one instead.
Does this need this underwear?
No. We're gonna wrap this. We're gonna wrap this up. Hold this. Wait a second. Just turn around this way. Hold this here.
Like a burrito?
I'm gonna wrap you up like a burrito.
That sounds so good, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna hold this side over. Oh, So just twist the whole thing around. There you go. And isn't it warmer? Fashionable too. Now, we got to get water. Now, there are different ways to do water when you're out. If let's say, because we want to drink clean water if we can. Everybody agree? Nobody wants to go home with a tummy ache. Okay, so there are several ways that we can make our water clean. What's one that you hear about all the time whenever there's a storm or something like that? What?
A life straw?
No, boiling your water. The health department will say you gotta boil your water. Well, you don't have to boil your water. Okay, boiling is an easy way for people to know it's really hot. But all you have to do is when you get a pan of water, has anybody ever watched water boil? Anybody watch that? Right before it boils, you'll see some little bubbles form on the bottom of the pan. Those are called fish eyes. Okay, fish eyes form at 200 degrees. 200 degrees is the magic number. If you bring your water to that temperature, all the pathogens, all the bad things are killed. So you don't have to boil it. And the reason this is important is when you're out camping or if you're out surviving, you don't have a whole lot of, when you're camping, you don't have a whole lot of fuel. So that amount of fuel that it takes to take it from fish eyes to boiling is a lot. But also if you're surviving, you don't have, you don't have to get that, you don't have to heat it that much more. You can just get to that point right there and it's good to go. So heating your water is one good way to make it clean. Another good way to make it clean is to put chemicals in it. Okay, now some people use iodine, some people use chlorine. There's all different sorts of chemicals that you can put in your water. Aqua Pure, Aqua Mira, everything like that. Those things work great, but they make your water taste like a swimming pool water. Anybody ever drink swimming pool water? Yeah, it tastes like everything. Yuck, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I live up in the mountains, so I get water right from a well. So I like mountain water. So there's chemicals that treat water. There's heat that treats water. You can also use a light, an ultraviolet light, and you put that on top, and that also kills all the things, but it takes, one, it's heavy, it requires batteries, and it's a pain in the neck to use, so I don't use that either. But you can also mechanically treat your water, and that means filtering your water. And this is a filter that I use, because I take out a lot of times big groups, and I like a lot of water when we're hiking. So you can get much smaller filters. Life Straw is a filter. This, I can put, 2 or 3 gallons of water in this and it filters almost instantly. This is what I like to use. This is what we're going to use today. We're going to filter our water today. And that takes out everything except viruses. But we don't have viruses in the United States in our water. So this is going to be water, just like the taste that it comes from the stream and or from the spring. And that's what we're going to drink, water that's been filtered, not treated. Okay, it filters out all the bad junk. We're going to learn how to build a fire today without matches and without a lighter. Okay? After you do it that way, those who want to, we're going to go out and we're going to take the same thing, we're going to build another fire and we're going to make it soaking wet. As if it was raining today, as if you had fallen in a stream or something or other. And then you're going to light a fire without matches when everything is soaking wet. Now, this is my fire building kit. There's a lot of different ways to build fire, and I've collected all kinds of stuff in here. I'm just going to go through all this stuff with you. I'm going to go like that, and it's going to create sparks. I want to throw sparks onto my fuel, onto my accelerant. Okay, now you guys are each going to do this afternoon. Yeah. Okay, so this is the char cloth. Char cloth is not used very much for this reason. Okay, now when it catches, like it did, you have an ember. Anybody see that ember?
Yeah.
Okay, this is, I'm sorry, there you go. This is what you would have if you used friction. All you're gonna have is a little, it's not a flame, it's just something hot, and you have to have everything else ready to go so you don't waste this. Okay, this doesn't go out real easily. You see it's holding up real well to the breeze and everything like that. But what this means, you have to have something that's going to convert this into a fire. Okay, so it's kind of a cool thing. It's good to know, but you have to be really, just like everything else, you have to prepare before you do this. Because if I do this and now I'm looking around for stuff to burn, it's too late. It's going to go out. Okay, so that's char cloth. Then I have steel wool. Now, what's the advantage of steel wool? It's waterproof. Yeah, you can make it wet and watch what happens. It burns at like, thousands of degrees. See how easily that catches? But it's the same. I know, cool, isn't it? But the same thing. There's no flame there, so you have to have everything really ready to go so that you're not wasting all of that heat. The important thing is, remember, just like everything else, saving energy, saving heat. That might have gone out. Yep. All right, we'll just put that back in the bag and use it. See how long the char cloth is burning? Now, the last thing that I have is a cotton ball. When I use a cotton ball, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to pull it apart so all the little fibers are exposed. Okay. And then we're going to watch the magic happen.
Oh, cool.
See how it burns? It's got a nice big flame.
Wow.
And when you have Vaseline in it, that will burn for a lot longer. So wood betony. It's also called lousewort. See right there? Has a spiral, like a maroonish flower. And these almost look like ferns. This is called lousewort because people used to not bathe. And when people didn't bathe, they started smelling really bad and they brought in insects like lice. So they would take this and dry it and then put it in their beds because they thought it would chase away lice. It's not edible at all.
Does it
Don't
smell
eat
good or something?
Huh?
Does it smell good?
No, it just chases away lice.
Oh.
Does it
Yeah.
actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
really?
does. Yeah, lousewort.
Huh.
Yep. These flowers, now this is the reason we don't encourage people to eat things without checking. These are called bluettes. They're very pretty, but they're not edible. But on the other hand, these flowers here are called violets. Okay, now violets, back in the old days when people first came to this country, and still, if you go to a fancy restaurant, sometimes you'll find these on a salad. What they'll do is they'll dip this in sugar water and they'll let it dry and it makes candy. Now, you can eat these today. You can pop this in your mouth and eat the flower part and chew it up, and it tastes faintly sweet. If anybody wants to try one, there's more. They're all over the place here.
Dogs eating something.
I'm eating it.
I'm gonna eat it too.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you have
Pop
salt
all
and
thing in your
pepper?
mouth.
Is there nutritional value to eating that?
Oh my God.
Yeah?
So much. Okay, here's the thing, guys. This is for the parents. There's more nutrition in this stuff than there is in any vegetables you buy in the grocery store. Unbelievable. Now, this is a dandelion. Now, dandelions are so cool. I had my kids, I paid them a penny a dandelion to pick all the dandelions out of my yard, so I was going to make dandelion wine. And that took years to grow back. Dandelion wine is so good. Oh my
You
God.
had me at wine.
Yeah, huh?
You had me at wine.
Okay. All right, this is the flower of a dandelion. When you're making dandelion fritters, what you want to do is you take the flower, you get the stem here, and then these little things right here are called the sepals. See the little green things? They're bitter. So what you do when you harvest, and I would start, the first time you do these, first time you make dandelion fritters, maybe start with a dozen. Okay, because they're really rich flavor. I mean, it is like fried oysters, rich like that. So what you do is you pull the sepals and the stem off, so that you're left with just the flower. Okay, like that. You dredge this in egg. You beat up an egg, then flour, put it in the frying pan. But if you're going to eat the dandelion, just take it like this, pull the same thing off. Did you pull the sepals off? Yep. Pop it in your mouth.
Pull this off.
It has a faint sweet flavor too, just like dandelion wine. Yeah, how much dandelion wine have you had?
Is this, you take those off still too?
No, you can eat those.
How is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good?
Pop it in your mouth.
Does it taste like
It's
salad
different.
or
It's a different taste.
something? You not
You don't have
like
to swallow it. You don't have to eat it. It's okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to teach you something that you might know, but most people don't. Okay, one of the plants that's really popular here in Shenandoah and at Big Meadows especially is called milkweed. Now, you all heard about milkweed, right?
Yeah.
What's important about milkweed? Who eats it?
Butterflies.
Not just butterflies, but monarch butterflies.
Yeah.
They eat it exclusively. Do you know why it's called milkweed? Here's why it's called milkweed. Watch. I'm going to break this leaf off.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The sap. Yeah, the sap is white. It looks like milk running out of it. See all that right there? This is what monarchs eat because it has a lot of sugar in the sap, but it's also kind of like latex. Okay, so what happens is this stuff the monarchs will eat, but it has a toxin in it, and it makes the caterpillar stage of the butterfly full of toxins, and birds know this, so birds don't eat it. So that is why they love this stuff. So that's milkweed. And if you come here in the summer, if you come here in the middle of the summer, out in the meadow, there'll be monarch butterfly, both the caterpillars and the butterflies all over the place. So that's one of those really cool things about big meadows, I think. Okay, so once everybody's finished looking at everything, Ryan, tell me what's going on.
It's windy.
It's a little windy. Why is it windy here?
Higher up.
Higher up, but what else? What's around us? No real trees, is it?
Nope.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
you want to sit down?
All right, what's the temperature like?
You sit right there.
It's all like windy kind of.
Yeah?
It's really sunny.
Sunny, right, it's sunny. What's our biggest threat? Do you think it's the cold, or is it getting dehydrated, or what?
Maybe.
We're just hungry or tired or whatever.
Or getting dehydrated.
Maybe. Yeah, because the sun's out, we're gonna start sweating here in a little bit, right? And all the water we have is just one bottle, right? Okay. All right, now, what time? Now, this is a real tough one, guys. I need everybody to pay attention to what he does. Tell me what time you think it is, going from right here at the horizon. Count how many hands up to the sun. How many hands did you get? 8, okay. So if the sun sets at 8:30 tonight, or 9 o'clock, whatever, what time do you think it might be? So, let's see, 8 is like equivalent of 20, right? So 20 and a half minus 8, that would be, it goes about 12 o'clock, somewhere in there. Okay, who's got a watch? What time is it?
12:05.
12:05?
Pretty good.
Heck yeah, man. So when would we need to start thinking about, tell me where in the sky would the sun be when we need to start thinking about making camp? Figure out. Show me 4 or 5 hands up. See the edge of the mountains over there? Go from there up about 5 hands. Here, get a good standing place. So when the sun's right about there is when we need to start thinking about making camp, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an important thing, right? Because by that time, if we haven't found water, if we're still wandering around, we don't want to be. We want to find water and start hunkering down at that point.
Yeah, so we have 5 hours to start.
To do what we need to do, start a fire and everything. Pull this bag up, and the dirt will be on the inside of the bag, on the outside of the filter, and what comes out of the bottom here is going to be clean water. Nice and fuzzy. Yeah, once you get it open like that, don't touch that middle section. Now just set that right here in the middle. Now, want to practice with the striker? Okay, go ahead and strike your cotton ball. almost. Okay, now hand me that and put the wood on top of it. Gently. You don't want to move the cotton ball ever. Go ahead and put it right on top of the flame. You won't get burned. Take some of these small ones and put it on top. You want small ones on there instead of big ones. How's that feel?
Good job, Riley.
That was cool, man. You did it.
You started a fire without matches or without a lighter.